Lindsay, I believe you met my Grandpa Russ a couple of times.
Yes.
And, of course, he's no longer with us, but one of my favorite people ever on earth, kind of brought me up. And so he was a bus driver, and he wasn't supposed to do this, but he let me, his grandson, ride his bus with him. That you're supposed to ride your own bus or whatever.
Depending on where you live, yeah.
Yeah. And he said, oh, no, that's
Right.
not how it's going to work on my bus.
Right.
And he would pick me up at, I think, about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I would have to get up earlier, than normal to ride his bus.
Yes, which you were willing to do.
Right. So he drove bus 803. And so bus 803 was a mini bus. So it wasn't like the full-size one. There would only be like maybe 4 to 8 kids on there at any given time. It had 2 or 3, wheelchair mounted. It had a lift on it so you could get the wheelchair to go inside. And then there'd be 2 or 3 kids, in wheelchairs and whatever. And we would ride around. So I would ride to school with him on that bus. And then I would ride home from school with him on that bus. And then whenever the principal was around, checking who was on the bus, I'd always have to like duck behind the seat. Just, so that it wouldn't throw the count off or anything like that.
You and your grandpa committing crimes on a daily basis.
Or at least breaking school code, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah.
Some of my most fond memories. In fact, one of the guys on that bus remains one of my best friends to this day. His name is Adam. He says someday he's going to get 803 like tattooed on his arm, just to share those memories that we had.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it got that my grandfather got assigned to drive the bus of kids with special needs. But there must have been something in him that just had this genuine compassion. Like he would drop kids off at the Easter Seal location where they would get therapy and all these kinds of things. One time we were going down a hill, and one of the little wheelchair mount things came unattached.
Oh, no.
And my friend Adam, his wheelchair, he was going down this huge hill, and his wheelchair got, like, detached.
Oh, no.
And he started to fall over. He was about at a 45-degree angle, and we were going down this hill, and he just thought it was my friend in the wheelchair thought it was the funniest thing.
He gets to go on a ride.
He couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard. Got to the bottom of the hill. Everything was fine.
Funny.
It's one of the reasons I really look forward to Night to Shine. It's a prom for people with special needs. If you've had the chance to hang out with friends with whatever kind of disabilities, whether they're physical or intellectual or whatever that is, there's a certain component that emerges, and it has to do with joy.
It's all joy. Yeah.
And I really think that, where God talks in the Bible about, he uses the people of the world that you wouldn't think would be the ones truly to shine, to do his work. And he's trying to communicate something about the world through these kinds of friends. Don't you think?
It's amazing. I mean, I remember last year, we were supposed to do the MC music part, stay behind our little booth right there. But I couldn't help but get out on the dance floor. And I kept trying to go back to my station.
Yeah.
But then the joy of the people, it kept bringing me back out to the dance floor.
Yes.
So sore the next day because I danced way too hard for way too long. But it's just like the joy is just like fills the room. It's so awesome.